It was a great opportunity to attend your lecture yesterday, but this morning after lecture I go through your books and found one of a fantastic sentence when you make reference to the Derrida work, and you said one moment transformation or moving from the grammatology to neurology. Could you explain this model?
Yes, absolutely. It is at the end of Derrida's conference that is called Margins of Philosophy, where he talks about difference with an A, and he says, at the moment, difference with an A coincides with writing and the trace. But one day, difference will go somewhere else. Difference with an A is not necessarily stuck to writing and the trace. But the problem, according to me, with Derrida is that he never was able not only to find out but also to admit other modes of difference outside of writing. And it seems to me that what is going on currently with the brain is modes of difference with an A that are not reducible to the trace or writing. But Derrida would not have admitted them. He's very critical about the brain and about neurology in several of his later books. So that was my problem, how to distinguish between difference with an A and writing, and I think that the brain was one of them. But this is something, according to me, that deconstruction has not taken into account.
But how you think it's happened? What you have to do on interpretative level to go from the grammatology to the neurology? What was your task when you start to research neurology or mind or brain? How you make this transformation?
Yes. In of grammatology, at some point he says writing is currently in the air, and he analyzes several examples of this presence of writing in different kinds of fields, genetics, choreography, philosophy, etc. And all of a sudden, I personally noticed that plasticity was everywhere in the air, and that with the neurobiological revolution that happened like around 30 years ago, the vocabulary of difference had changed, and that plasticity was the term that was used in all the fields where Derrida said that writing used to be in use at the time. So my task was I referred to Bergson on this point. Bergson says in every epoch, in every important historical moment, there's always a concept that is used as a key, or what he called a motor scheme, to understand what the epoch is about. So I had to demonstrate that plasticity was the new motor scheme to understand our epoch, and not writing anymore, not inscription anymore.
Thank you.